Demonic entities want to gang up on you because they can't take you individually, so they feel more powerful as a whole. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you cannot be dealt with alone or by someone's self. They need other people to come up against you because by themselves they're not strong enough. Their strength in numbers and only to one's perception. All right, their strength in numbers, but only to one's perception. To your mind, to your mind's eye, if you perceive something as a threat, that's what it's going to appear to be. If you don't perceive it that way, then that's not what it's going to be. All right, the mind is a very powerful thing. All right, your mind is the most powerful thing there is. All right, it's more powerful than what you see before you, than what you see in front of you. Your mind is more powerful than anything in front of you, and that's going without basing your faith off of appearances. All right, sometimes you have to say things enough until they click. You may know something, you may think you know something, you may be sure that you know something, but until you say it enough times, until what you think you know, or you know, or you say you know, or you whatever, until it clicks. When it clicks, you finally know you know. All right, when it clicks, you finally know that you know. All right, so you finally know now that there's nothing to fear. All right, your mind is the most powerful thing that there is. All right, so that's why they have to gang up on you, because you're very strong mentally. The thing that they sense about you is mental strength. The thing that is sensed about you is mental power. You're very strong in the thought realm and in the spirit realm. All right, you're extremely powerful. Extremely powerful, right? You are the most dominant there, but because of your perception, all right, because you may not have that strengthened, your self-belief, your self-esteem, your idea about yourself, you may view others as being more powerful than yourself because the numbers, or because of how you were set up to go through your experience. It may not have been any pre-training as far as how you perceive, how you're supposed to perceive things, and how you're supposed to take things, and how you're supposed to look at things. But regardless of all that, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to realize that your mind is the most powerful thing that's out there. All right, and that's why they have to gang up against you, because you realize that your mind is the most powerful thing out there. You know your mind is the most powerful thing out there. All right, especially if you know you might even have one of those overlarge size heads that lets people know your mind is extremely powerful. All right, so some of us, we got that thing. All right, that's what them ancient Egyptian headdresses was for. We covered that thing with style. Okay. What you have to realize is this: they're going to try to come up against you because you are top tier. You're the most powerful. You're the one that exists above everything. All right, and you don't necessarily wear that on your sleeve. You chill. You're reserved, but the fact that and the fact that you deal with it how you deal with it, it still is enough for an issue to arise, or for someone to have a problem with, because they still have to deal with it in some type of way. All right, it's that divine royalty. You are divinely royal. You may not be you are divinely royal. Okay, it may not be something that is as most it may not be as most prevalent as you would like it to be, or one would think it would be, or should be, could be, whatever. But you're divinely royal, and your divinity is pouring out, is spilling out, is very is very visible. All right, people can see that you're divinely royal. People can see that it's more to you than meets the eye. People can see that you're a child of the king. People can see that you're the father's son. People can see, ladies, that you're the father's daughter. Okay, all good things come to you from your father. All right, all good things come to you from your father. Keen eyesight. All right, good health, good finances. All good things come to you from your Father in heaven. All good things come to you from your Father in heaven. So just see your Father in heaven blessing you with all the good things that life has to offer, all the good things you know you deserve, because your Father in heaven, he loves you. Oh my goodness, God is going to bless you. God's going to bless you greater than you could ever imagine. Your Father in heaven is going to bless you greater than you could ever imagine. But according to here's the fine print that no one wants to tell you, or no one wants to read to you, no one wants to extrapolate to you. All right, no one wants to expound to you. All right, no one wants to put it down so you can pick it up. According to your own belief, so be it unto you. Your Father wants to bless you with everything. All right, all that the Father has is mine. All that the Father has is mine. All right, you need to grasp the full understanding of that. All that the Father has is mine. God is going to bless you. He wants to bless you. Your Father in heaven wants to bless you tremendously. You can't listen to what other people have to say. You can't listen to what other people's opinions. You can't take in the spirit of somebody's idea, opinion, mindset, thought, philosophy of God. You got to have your own. All right, and the one that you should have. And see, you got to have your own. And it's very important. Oh, you got to have your own. Yes, because God blessed the child who has his own. God blessed the child that has his own. It's in plain sight. They try to complicate it and make it hard so that you have to keep coming back to them. If you rock with me and you like my channel, stay with me, chill with me, rock out with me, watch my videos. If you've learned enough, still come back, watch my videos. But you know that I've already, man, you know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. All right, God bless the child who has his own. And what is it? His own vision, his own mind. Gotta have your own mind, gotta have your own vision. Can't let other people try to implant their ways of life into you if it's not you. If it's you, then roll with it. You know what? This is me. I like the way this feels. I like what this is doing for me. I like how this has my life going. You know what? I could. This is God right here. If you feel God and look at something and feel God, when you feel something and feel God, when you hear something, that's what you roll with, baby. That's what you roll with, and that's what you go with. Doesn't have to be complicated. Doesn't have to be Shakespeare'd out. Doesn't have to be doctrined out. All right? Trust me, I've asked God to direct me and lead me in the right direction, and he's doing just that. And the people that came in the chat confirm that. They talk about how they feel the love in the chat. They know that God is working through this chat. All glory and all praise to the Most High. God will do some wonderful and amazing things through you if you allow him to do so and if you let it happen. All right, God will do some amazing things through you if you allow him to do so and if you let it happen. A lot of people feel God working through them, nudging them to move, trying to pull them closer to him, but they don't answer the call. You're chosen because you felt God calling and you picked up the phone. You're chosen because when God said, hey, you, do this, you said, yes, Lord, I will be obedient. The Lord came to you and said, this is why you are one of the people in the Bible, because you're chosen, because the Lord came to you and said. The Lord came to you. You're a thought from, an angel from heaven came to you. an angel from heaven came to you and presented you with an opportunity from the Most High, and you answered the call. The angel came down from heaven with the phone in hand, and you answered the phone. It was in gold and glowing and shining like a light. You picked the phone up and said, "Yes, Lord, I'll do it. I got you, because you got me." It makes sense. God got me. I got God. This is what I'm being pushed to do. This is what I'm being compelled to do. This is what the Holy Spirit is compelling me to do. Come on now. But you'll have others who will not pick up the phone. Yo, God's calling. Man, I'm not picking that up. And then those who go out through life and they answer the call, those who don't pick up the phone call, sometimes they will condemn us. All right? But, that's their situation. That's their heart. All right? Yo, that's their situation. That's their heart. That's their consciousness. That's their mind. All right? Demonic entities want to gang up on you because you're too powerful by you. You're too powerful. All right? By themselves, they can't do it. All right, because why? You're rolling with the Holy Spirit. Why? Because you have God on your side. Why? Because God's hands on your life. The power that you're moving with, you have God, you have the Holy Spirit, you have Christ, you have your ancestors, ascended masters, angels. You got legions of angels around you. Your presence is very strong. You think you're by yourself. You think you're alone. You think there's nobody else there. Angel tapped me on my shoulder the other day when I was making my video. Got all warm back here. Yo, they can tell that you have a larger presence, and they can tell that there's more to you than just you. And they can sense that God is rolling with you. He's working with you. He's with you every step of the way. He's with you every step of the way. There's nothing to be ashamed of for that. There's nothing to feel bad about for that. That's other people. That's something that they got to deal with. That's something that they may be going through. You don't. That's nothing that you have to feel. That's nothing that you should decide to feel any type of way about. All right. Nothing. There's nothing that should allow you to feel that type of way. All right, because if you allow yourself to feel that type of way, you lose. You give in to what they want. You give in to their view or opinion of you and how they want you to feel. And no, man, like, why feel bad because you're doing something good just because somebody else doesn't like it? Screw that. All right, they're going to gang up on you. All right, individually they can't. Individually is not a big deal. Individually, it's not anything that certain entities can do. Individually, it's not something that is able to overthrow you like that. All right, and individually, it's something that you can just easily work your way around. Okay, boom, 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 boom. But collectively, over time, all together, all as a unit, all right, people coming at you as one. You got the whole system working against you, right? I've stayed at places where it's like, it seemed like everybody that stayed there, everyone that stayed there had some type of issue. And I had to deal with just a lot of weird activity from other people that I really didn't appreciate. I was one of the youngest people staying there, but I was also one of the most respectful people staying there. But, there are people who you got to set boundaries with. And there are people who you have to enforce boundaries with. And, when parameters are close and people can get around certain things because of how things are set up. And it's like, if you don't know how to handle a certain situation the way you should, when things are kind of like set up different, things could not end up going the way you would like them to go. You might not know how to handle this particular type of gang stalking. You may not know how to handle this particular type of no-touch harassment, especially if it's new to you, especially if you've never dealt with it before, and you just realizing that, you know what, you don't even know what a target is, but it's a situation to where you're being targeted. They'll gang up against you, and you may not realize it, but you're more powerful than all of them. And that's the main reason why they're all afraid. They're all afraid. They sense the Lord's spirit on you. They may not be, whatever relationship they have with him is their business. But for whatever reason, the energy you possess, the power that you have, the chosen oneness, all right, your anointing, your connection to him, and the fact that they choose to do things how they choose to do them, has them acting some kind of way. All right, has them acting some kind of way. So, you know, all you can do is do all you can do, and continue to just move, and continue to just do you, and just be positive. You know, I had a lot of weird things happen to me when I stayed at that place. Like, that's where, you know, I don't want to keep talking about them because I don't want to keep experiencing them. But there was a lot of weird things that happened to me at that place, as far as like the times I would do stuff and other people like letting me know that they were a little bit too interested in me than I could care for. So it was just a lot of unnecessary stuff, and it would be from multiple people. And these were people that I noticed a certain common theme. These were people that I was either like doing better than in some kind of way. I guess you could look at it. Me, I didn't look at it that way. I didn't see myself as doing better than anyone. But looking back at it, you know, and the attitudes, or the low key attitudes and problems and that people had, you know, I could see that they had some type of problem, man. And the things that they did was their little way of letting me know that they had an issue with me. All right, people doing things to aggravate you, frustrate you, upset you, inconvenience you. These are all forms and ways that people who have an issue with you will bully you. And that's the thing. Like, I'm such a good person, I guess. You know, I don't know. I was such a good person before they scarred the crap out of me. I was such a good person at the time. Hopefully I'm still a good person, but I was such a good person at the time, and I had such good faith in people that I didn't see, or I couldn't understand what was happening. I had such good faith in people. I'm just mad. I'm like, why are you acting like this? You know, I didn't understand that it was a whole plot, whole system, I didn't know. You know, so I'm just looking at the individual like, you know, so sooner or later I developed the idea that I'm like, yo, this whole situation is weird. Tried to talk to the landlord lady about it. She didn't do shit. She didn't do nothing. She's just like, you're just thinking those things. You're just seeing those things. I'm like, oh, that helps. Thanks, landlord lady. You know, who I'm paying my weekly rent to, who I'm not missing any rent. Not missing any payments, but the people who get in front of me to hold me up, whose story I have to hear about them not having whatever to have to pay their rent. I have to wait behind them while I'm working, doing what I got to do. I'm being held up by somebody that knows I pay my rent every day at this particular time because I just got off work and I'm going to pay my rent. And somebody's always, before I could walk, and here's another weird thing they used to do. They wait and watch for me to go pay my rent, and I would go pay my rent, and they would walk up in front of before I would go to take care of my business or whatever. So it's like there was a whole plot and scheme behind trying to aggravate this one dude who stayed to himself, didn't talk to nobody, and didn't want no problems. Got people following me to the damn laundromat. I'm washing my clothes the same time as you. Oh, all right, yo, join me. Yo, washing clothes buddy who stays at the same place that I do. I mean, I just got off work, so you must be waiting here. You was waiting to wash your clothes with me. So yeah, that was strange, man. They will come up against you. All right, you're too strong. You're too powerful. The energy you possess, it drives them crazy. Drives them crazy. So you will experience a lot of unnatural, supernatural, weird things. All right, walking out of my room, walking out the hallway. Before I could even walk past some of these people's room, they would jet out their room and end up in front of me to walk down the stairs in front of me and before me. And I'm like, okay. I would just stop, wait for them to walk down the stairs. I told myself, I said, one of these days, I said, I'm going to push one of them down these stairs. And I think that's what they wanted me to do. I don't know if they wanted to sue me. I don't know if they saw that, I was working hard, and I don't know what the hell they wanted. Man, it took every bit of God. It took every bit of the God in me to not push one of them fools down the ucking stairs. Because I wanted to push one of them fools down the ucking stairs so ucking bad. But I didn't do it because I said, you know what? God in me said, Drew, that's the wrong thing to do. So I didn't push one of them down the stairs. No matter how many times I would walk out of my room. And they would walk out of their room, and right before I walked out of there, so they would startle me. Not only would they would offend me in multiple ways. That's why I had to stop being offended. I had to stop getting upset and being offended. Because when so many people want to offend you, when so many people want to upset you, you have to stop getting upset. And you have to stop getting offended. And that's what I had to learn how to do. Because people were purposely trying to trigger me and get reactions out of me, because my happiness and my peace of mind was revolutionary, and it was bothering the hell out of them, disturbing them all up and down the hallway. The fact that I worked and I wasn't on whatever. They obviously cheating the system or whatever, not doing what they need to do. And I ain't hating on nobody doing what they need to do, but just keep it away from Drew. Don't enjoy what you got going on. Don't hate on me because I'm getting up every day and going through hell to have to, maintain this little work position. Same. And the weird part was I started to realize a pattern. I love patterns. I love positive patterns. But I started to realize a negative pattern. And realizing negative patterns is positive because it helps you save time. It helps you save your life. I realized a negative pattern. I said, you know what? I'm experiencing the same type of stuff I'm experiencing at work as I'm experiencing at this place I'm staying at. So I started to realize, I said, you know what? I said, am I ever getting a rest here? Am I ever going? I said, before I end up getting arrested, I need to find a way to get some rest here, because I'm dealing with this stuff at the place that I stay at, and I'm also dealing with this stuff at the place that I work at. So I said, you know what? When in the hell am I going to get a break? So I said, something is not adding up here. So that's why I ended up just sooner or later, man. The whole once that whole I don't even want to talk. Once certain things happen, I just left. All right, I'm not even going because we don't need to go down that whole road. But once certain things happened, I left and I was like, you know what? It's not even worth it for me to be in the same spot. And that was the first time I moved around, because I started to realize, I'm like, yo, what the hell am I experiencing? That stuff was so powerful that it made me leave my damn state and go from one state to the next. And I really hope they're happy, and I hope that they enjoy everything that they did for me, all the stress they caused me, all the worry they put me through. I really hope they enjoyed every bit, because they're going to have to pay for all of that. Spiritually, they're going to have to pay for all of that. They think they got away with it, but their soul's going to have to pay for that. Yep. Some way, somehow, karma is going to come back to them, and they're going to have to pay for that. I didn't do anything to deserve that. And neither of you did anything to deserve the things that you guys went through. All right. Camera all off my face. They gonna get what they deserve. wondering why I flee from the one just left one state to the next, experiencing that stuff at work, experiencing that stuff where I was paying to stay at. They weren't trying to give my little mind they weren't trying to give my brain a break, man. They weren't trying to give my big mind a break. Luckily, I thought big and I listened to God, and I said, you know what, I'm getting the hell up out of there. God said, flee, my son. It's time for you to leave, my son. Experience life and get the hell up out of this place. Flee from these foolish ass people. Demonic entities want to gang up on you because they can't take you individually. So they feel more powerful as a whole. You know, that's some lame ass shit to have to feel powerful as a that's lame, man. That's people who aren't experiencing life and they're jealous of the life that you get to experience. So they hate on you as a whole and a collective because they're all not experiencing life on the level that you are. Jealousy. It lets you know that you're doing something right, though. You know, man? It lets you know that you're doing something right. So that's crazy. As much as my story got minimized, because I guess, people will get jealous of your story. As much as what I went through got minimized and people gaslit me for it, I went through that. I went through that, man. That was real. I went through that, man. Staying at that place with them weird ass people. I went through that, man. Stuff was strong enough to make me leave. Palm itching. Stuff was strong enough to make me leave the whole state. I said, you know what? I'm out of here. I said, if I can go through this, I could follow some dreams and take on whatever the hell comes with it. Because if I stayed there, if I stayed there, something was gonna happen to somebody, man. God got me up out of there. They had me so stressed out. If I stayed there, something was gonna happen to somebody. So I had to leave because the things that they were doing to me, you should not be doing that to a person. And I knew something was wrong and nothing was being done about it. And I was going to take justice into my own hands. But God pushed me the hell up out of there. I left everything behind, and I left. That whole security job I had or whatever didn't work out. People acting like they don't know how to read. So I was fed up, man. And the thing is, I was under so much pressure, so much stress from I had got somebody hit me with somebody hit me with the heebie-jeebies. Somebody hit me with the bio, fair and all that, So they was hitting me with the germ attack, all that foul stuff. Man. With the stuff they did to me over there, they're gonna suffer, man. They're gonna suffer, it's a lot that happened to me over there, and they are going to pay for that. You cannot do stuff like that to people. They're gonna pay for that, man. They got something coming to them. All right, they're gonna pay for that. Trust and believe. I was as good of a person as you could be to people. I was as good of a. Now I see why, how I am with people now, the way I am, and the way I distance myself from people, the way I don't trust people like I do. Because when you're open and trusting with people like that, once you gain some type of insight or wisdom on how certain individuals did you or how people are, it makes you not even want to deal with people like that. It's the smartest thing you could do. It's the smartest thing you could do. Why jump in a pit of snakes and try to find out which one is venomous? It's the smartest thing you could do. It is what it is, man. Like, people that like, you telling me that's not going to cause PTSD? I try to explain that to certain people and they go, you're just complaining. You're just this. You just, oh yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's not valid? Cool. Well, if it's not valid, we not valid, because that stuff is crazy, man. But what you'll find is the people who find that isn't valid are the people who administer that same type of behavior to others. That's why they try to minimize it, because who you're talking to is the same type of person that has probably done that to somebody else, possibly. Why else would they act like something that traumatic and that real wouldn't exist? All right? Demonic entities got to gang up on you because you're too powerful. You're too strong. You're rolling with God. The devil's always looking to see who he can use to try to come through and try to destroy you. You can see that the devil is using these people. Other people can't. That's not your problem. You can see. Y'all don't see the fire? No. Well, I do. I'm out. You go by what you can see. They're not going to see all the things you can see. They're not going to be on or aware of all the things you're on. And if they are, and if they hiding it, is that really somebody is that somebody that's really trustworthy? Hell no. Now I see why they got to gang up on us. We are extremely too powerful for all of that. And all that they can do, we're still more, man. All they can do still isn't even all they can do still ain't even enough. All they can do is not all we can do. We can do way more. It's like, man, that stuff don't even faze us because we still here. Still here. All the stuff they try to use to try to take us out or try to make us crash out or try to make us destroy our life or destroy ourselves or give up on everything that we want in life, all that failed. They got absolutely nowhere with that. And all the other people that are going to come up against you are going to get absolutely nowhere with that. They best just leave you alone because they're wasting their damn time. You're still here. You're learning how to play this game a whole lot better. Things are going to work for you. Everything is going to work for you. They tried to cancel you before canceling became a thing. Chosen ones always been canceled. Always. But guess who would never cancel you? Guess who you never will be canceled with? You'll never be canceled with the Lord. Don't cancel yourself. God sees you as you see yourself. You see yourself as canceled, he's going to mirror that image. And that's the devil. That's when you get the devil. When you have God working backwards for you, you get the devil. Don't allow God to work backwards for you. Don't make him work backwards for you. That's a whole nother video. It's God working backwards in your life. So make sure that you don't have any people who you feel or believe are strong enough to try to convince you to think anything negative about yourself, think anything bad about yourself. All right, too many negative opinions, too many negative energies throughout the day will cause you to feel bad about yourself. All right, if you live at a place and you see one negative person, then you see another negative person, then another negative person. After like the third or fourth negative experience, especially if the area that you live in is primarily kind of negative as well, like the area that these things happened in, it was like a area where I was like super targeted. There are certain areas where you'll be less targeted than others. It'll be a lighter targeting, and in other areas that stuff is heavy because people either know you, they know you personally. Those are the areas where I feel it's the strongest. The areas where you're from, the areas where people know you, the areas where people see you. Some weirdo tried to creep me out the other night and drove past me playing that every step you take. What I'm saying? So I purposely hear it. He just had his car just parked there. So I'm like, all right, whatever, weirdo. So it's just like, you can choose to be weirded out over something like that, or you can just choose to ignore it. That That's creepy, but hey, I mean, whatever. You know, so all right. So it is what it is. And on that note, we're about to end this video. All right, so demonic entities will try to gang up against you. All right, they're not stronger than you. They're not more powerful than you. They're not going to win. They're obviously going to lose. We're still here. We're still winning. Still getting greater. I'll see you later.